You are listening to The Michael Lodge Show. Wealth, business, and taxes. Oh yeah, and some politics. Let's get started.
And hello, this is Mike Lodge. I'm glad you're with me. So today we're going to talk just a little bit about business, because what's happening in the elections, there's some business bits too that we need to take into consideration. And it has to do with the taxes and what will happen with our taxes and our finances, because taxes get involved with our personal finances and business finances. And we have to talk about it because there will be some changes coming down the road, but not quite sure what will happen. Now, remember, Biden has said he's going to get rid of all those taxes, and he's going to raise our taxes, all those tax benefits we got under the Trump administration. Now, under the Biden administration, he wants to get rid of it. So let me preface what I'm going to talk about by first saying that as I broadcast this, and as I write it in my blog, Biden has not been certified by the states as a clear winner. Hasn't been done yet. And there are ongoing lawsuits on voter fraud in several states. And not only that, the Supreme Court of the United States is now involved under Alioto. So, at the moment, we don't have a clear winner as of the moment. Now, the media has gone off and said, yeah, there's a winner. Everybody's jumping in the streets. But we don't have one at the moment because the states haven't certified it. There's legal action being taken, and the Supreme Court is involved. So there may be some changes in the number that may not be to the benefit of Biden. But whatever happens, we'll just have to wait and see. And I'll tell you, I will support any president that is elected lawfully. But if he does win, what other tax issues and consequences out there that we could be facing? That is the question. As a candidate, President-elect Biden advocated a different set of tax priorities, promising to raise corporate taxes and income taxes on households making more than $400,000, raising upwards of $2 trillion over the next decade. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I've said so many different times. When a Democrat says it's not going to affect your taxes, don't ever believe that. Because as soon as a law is enacted and it goes over to the Internal Revenue Service, and the Internal Revenue Service analyzes the law that came over, it changes dramatically. What used to be I'm sorry, I paused there because all of a sudden I see something popping up on my screen that I had no control over. So anyway, that's nonsense. But what we are seeing is that, and what we've experienced in the past, those that say, oh no, it's just a fee, turns into a tax, and then it goes into court, but as I'm saying is that what Obama did in his administration regarding taxes, and where he said was only going to affect millionaires, it never affected just millionaires. It affected you and me at the same time. And you know, because you got caught up in it. And I'm telling you this, if Biden is willing to take away the Trump tax benefits that he gave us, our taxes are going up. No matter what wage level that you may be at, your taxes are going to go up. Now, at the same time, Biden would also temporarily expand the child tax credit to a maximum $3,000 from $2,000 for children under 28 and provide a $600 credit for children under 6. Biden also proposed tweaking the tax treatment of the 401k account. So your 401k account, my 401k account, in effect to make the system's benefits skew less towards towards the wealthy, what he calls wealthy. Remember, what Democrats call wealthy is probably where we're at, okay, in our income level. So anybody who's out there working hard, let's say you're a nurse and you're making $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, or if you're a doctor, whatever, I'm telling you, you will be considered wealthy under the Democratic plan. It always works out that way. It has never, ever gone in the direction to help us. Never, ever. Never, ever with the Democrats. So given Republicans' deep aversion to tax hikes, it seems unlikely the key parts of Biden's plan would advance if Democrats fail to retake the Senate, and that is the key thing. If they cannot take the Senate, there's got to be a referee there, and that's the Senate. One important wrinkle, many provisions of the 2017 Trump tax cuts aren't permanent and are set to expire during the upcoming Biden administration, which could force the parties to negotiate on at least some issues. However, the key provisions affecting individuals' income taxes are not stated to expire until December of 2025. So we have a little bit of time under the current Trump tax code. And let's live with it, because it's going to change dramatically if Biden gets his way. Now, there are some ifs. If the Republicans continue to control the Senate, anything regarding taxes or 401k bills or anything regarding our finances has to go through the U.S. Senate. None of them will get through, and many never get to the floor of the Senate. I can guarantee that. But if the Democrats do take over the Senate, then we have a big problem, which means that Biden could push through all of his tax incentives right now because he has a majority in the Congress and he may have a majority in the Senate. So if there's anything that's dear to you, make sure that if you're in that state where there's a runoff for a Senate seat, or if there's a recount going on because of a Senate seat, support that Republican, because I'm telling you, our taxes will change. Your taxes will go up. My taxes will go up. The business taxes will go up. So we have a little bit of time here, at least until 2025, if the Republicans hold the Senate. And that's what's really important. Now, my suggestion to you is this. Watch what is going on in Congress and what is coming out of the White House. Challenge your members of Congress and the Senate to work on your behalf. Challenge them not to pass bills that are going to hinder your financial success or that are going to overtax you in any given way. Be aggressive in fighting for your financial and tax issues. During a 4-year Biden administration, challenge everything that goes through Congress and which is headed to the president's desk. And I say that only because if we don't pay attention to what's going on, this is what happens. A bill that says it's a trucking bill or that it's a transportation bill, look at it closely because there could be a whole bunch of little tax changes in there. Just like when in the transportation bill, the Democrats pushed through an item where everybody had to report foreign income, and they had to report it twice. One to the Internal Revenue Service, and the other one over to the Treasury Department. And if you didn't, it became a criminal offense. That was snuck through on a transportation bill. That's why I'm asking you, please be vigilant and fight these bills that are not good for you and me. During a 4-year presidential administration, we have to challenge everything because we want to make sure that we are not being overtaxed, that we're not being overburdened, that we're not being over red taped in order to operate a business in the United States or to manage our personal family lives when it comes to our retirement accounts. We have to be very vigilant on that. Protect your freedoms and use your speech to make a difference in your nation and in your communities. Make a difference with your voice. Challenge what's going on. Taxes play a big part in our personal lives, and it should be part of your financial planning and expressing your voice to protect your finances. Let's see what happens. After the court battles are exhausted, or won, or lost, remember this, that no one has won officially as of this time. But I ask you, stay calm, respect the results, but keep fighting and challenging for your financial lives and freedoms. I tell you, so many things happen in Congress, and it goes right past us, and sometimes we miss it. I think that in January, I'm going to start analyzing all the bills that are going through Congress, and I can see them online. And I'm going to tell you about them. Every once in a while, I'm going to tell you about them, and I'm going to ask for your help. Because some of these bills are really stupid. So I'm going to ask for your help, and I hope that you will help me. Because I'm going to take this time and I'm going to look at these bills to see what's stuffed in there. We call it pork. And sometimes that pork is really stinky. And it should not even be in there. You and I, we've got to fight together on this, and we have got to challenge everything that is bad. Now, if we can retain the Senate, if the Republicans can retain the Senate, at least we have a little buffer there. But sometimes even those Republican senators, sometimes I wonder if they're not voting in another direction. I just wonder sometimes. I don't like having to go through and find out there's something tricky going on. I've reviewed so many of these tax bills, and I tell you, some of them are absolutely ludicrous. Of what I remember, I was monitoring what was going on in California at one time because I was living there, had my practice there. And I remember the state of California, they put out this idea, just as, it's kind of like flinging it on the wall to see if it sticks. Their idea was that if a satellite flies over the state of California, that it should tax that satellite from the moment it enters California airspace until it leaves California airspace. That's what you have got to look out for. Because politicians are not for us. They are not representing us. They are like salespeople who are trying to generate more revenue for the government and to grow more controls over you and I through the government. And I just don't like that. So I'm asking you to help me as of January as I begin looking at these bills that are going before Congress. And listen, if you know of any that's going through Congress, and if you don't think it's right, you tell me. I'll look at it, and we'll put it on our podcast, and we'll let all the other people know and try to get their help too. We are Americans, and we got to stick together. But at least we talked about just a little bit about what would happen under a Biden administration and the taxes that are coming down the road. Luckily, if the Senate stays in control, the Republicans stay in control of the Senate, we still have until 2025 for the Trump tax initiatives to stay there. We have that ability. But if they lose the Senate, then we have to be very vigilant and work very hard in trying to protect our tax freedoms and our financial freedoms and our liberty freedoms. So listen, if you have any comments or if you have any suggestions on what's the best way to monitor all of these congressional stuff going through and what a good way to hear back from you, let me know by texting me at 818-252-5682. Again, that's 818-252-5682. Join me on my website, which is lodge, lodge-co.com. I have some books there for sale. Good books. Short books. Easy to read books. Stocking stuffers. But go there. I have my daily blog there, and I try to keep it up to date. Sometimes I get behind because I get busy with mediations. But listen, let's talk about business daily, and let's get going, and let's protect ourselves. This is Mike Lodge. Everybody go out. Have a great day. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye. This podcast has been produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content. God bless.